everyone. Hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm really excited to have such awesome, talented, and beautiful women on the show today because just getting all of y'all together is like wow. So I'm extremely excited, and we've got it bang on time with the season where everybody is looking at eat, and then 30 days or 60 days before New Year, so to look good also. And of course, the most important thing, which is how to get our kids to learn and eat healthy food, and of course all the festive food, which is kind of left behind, and nobody thinks that it's cool to eat that anymore. Joining us today is Amrita Raichand, who is the host of the popular television show Mamika Magic, and of course, everybody knows her, and she's just won her Women's Achiever Award. So congratulations, Amrita, on that.
Thank you so much.
We have Rekha Kakar, who's a food photographer, food consultant, and most importantly, a passionate chef. And of course, you can check out her website, mytastycurry.com. We have Rakhee Vaswani, who's a trained cordon bleu celebrity chef and runs Culinary Palette Studio. And she's soon going to start her own show on living foods. Congratulations, Rakhee.
Hi everyone. Great to chat up like this. I think it's amazing. And just a correction, the rewind with Rakhi is already on air. So I hope you
Okay.
guys are also going to watch it very soon.
Okay, awesome. We have with us Dr. Nandita Iyer, who is a nutrition expert, food writer, author, and of course her lovely blog, saffrontrail.com. We have Dhvani Shah, who's a naturopath, nutritionist, and specializes in women and child nutrition. And of course, she contributes to kidstoppress.com. So welcome, Dhvani.
Thank you. Hi, everybody.
And we have Tara, who's joining us. Tara is a delicious. She actually dishes out delicious treats which are super healthy, and that's why she's on the show. And her journey of how she started to do this is what makes it really exciting. So I'm looking forward for Tara for you to share that. Okay, beginning with all of you lovely ladies, one word, what's your favorite food memory of Diwali?
Who are you starting with?
Anybody can go first.
Mithai.
Raise our hands to say, okay.
Okay, raise your hands, raise your hands. Tell me who's first. Favorite food memory of Diwali? Tara, what's yours?
Eating as many mithai as I can.
Okay. Dhvani, what about yours?
Lot of mithais and fancy gifts.
Okay. Nandita, what's yours?
So, favorite food memory, and clearly not my favorite food, is this medicinal thing that we were made to eat at 5 a.m. on Diwali, typical Tambram style,
Okay.
made of ground ginger and jaggery. Of course, all things good for you. So they were quite preparing us for the onslaught on our digestive system. So that was the first thing that we had to eat after taking our oil bath at some 4 a.m. So that's my key memory from Diwali.
Awesome. Rekha, what about yours?
Mine, I can tell. I used to wait for matri, which my mother used to make. Though it's not very healthy, but that matri was so good, so good. I used to wait for like all the festivals. It's not particularly Diwali. Whenever there will be any festival, Mama will make matri, and I will eat it with pickle.
Okay.
Hi.
Rakhi, what about you?
For me, my personal favorite is definitely a Kaju Katli or a Pista Barfi. But
Okay.
if a baklava comes along, then I'd love
Awesome. Rekha, what about yours? Amrita, how about you?
I used to wait for matri, which my mother used to make.
Amrita?
Yes, hi.
What's your favorite?
we used to make those matti ke ghar. I remember that very vividly. And in that, we used to put this, sugar ke patase. It used to be available in all sorts of colors. I think the most ugly thing is made of sugar. But and it used to be in all sorts of funny shapes, a horse, a cat, and stuff like that. And we had to place it in that thing. And before placing it, I used to gobble up half of it. But I still have that memory, and I wish I could go back to those days.
Okay. Guys, we have a question from one of our leaders on Twitter. It said, she often tries a lot with a lot of different kinds, but is quickly rejected. So, any experience with that, and anything that you must try with kids, and how do you get them to try different foods?
Absolutely. Actually, kids these days, I feel, don't like Indian flavors a lot. So
Right.
everything, even if it's a gujia, even if it is a laddu, it has to have some chocolate in it. So
Right.
I feel omitting cardamom, because that is an absolutely strong Indian spice. If you just omit cardamom from a traditional sweet and just replace it with a little bit of cinnamon or vanilla, that gives a completely new flavor, and kids adapt to Indian sweets better.
Yeah. Guys, any of you all have tried stuff which is, which you feel like the kid and can eat or turning down?
Can I go in?
Yeah.
See, I feel, eating, I'm a foodie, obviously, and my whole family is one. And so coming to, eating out is like, it's like really pleasurable to me. So what I feel is, in my new book, which
Rakhi, can
I'm
you be
putting
a
out,
little louder?
okay, I'll try. Um, I'm basically a foodie, so is my family, and I feel eating out is like amazing and it's really pleasurable for me. So I'm coming up with a new book which is about to launch, and it's already on a pre-order, which is on picky eaters. Now, picky eaters are of all age. For instance, you could have a 5-year-old or a 13-year-old who's a picky eater in your house, and we're always struggling what to get them, to eating. So I feel it's very important to create and inspire, the parents or the family members of the picky eaters to create such kind of recipes in their home.
Okay, Rakhi, your voice is cracking, so we just have to we'll get back to you when the voice is slightly more clear. Nandita, what about you? I mean, your kids your son like Indian speak how please turn.
Yeah, voice is echoing too much, but I'm
Yeah,
not
I was wondering if it's only happening to me or is it happening to everyone. All the voices are very jumbled up
I think all of us.
and echoing.
It's echoing.
Try putting on headphones, it will help.
Okay, where are my headphones?
So, yeah, my son also doesn't like anything Indian in terms of sweets and stuff. So, I feel like as a kid, I don't want to force him about the whole thing. I'd rather let him be because I think pushing him to eat a certain food, he may just, further dislike it. So, and I don't think that. I honestly don't think that making him eat Indian sweets is going to, give anything better for his health or whatever. So I just let him be and choose what he likes to eat in reasonable portions.
Okay. Tara, you try a lot of sweets. You bake a lot of chocolate and so anything that you're doing specially for Diwali? Okay, I can't seem to get through to Tara. Guys, everybody else can go on mute when you're not speaking. The echoing will reduce.
मेरा headphones कहाँ है? Headphones.
It's more clearer with the headphones.
Okay. And the next question is, Rekha, you've been doing so much work in the food any experiences of how you can, get kids excited about the traditional pedas, ghevas, gujiyas, like Dhwani mentioned, that anything that you feel that you want to add on or substitute, or any new recipes that you're going to be sharing on My Tasty Curry, would you feel that all moms should try?
See, it's not necessary you should force them to eat pedas, givers, or anything like that if they don't want it. So you can devise your own recipes which they love. For example, my kids love waffle, so I try to add healthy stuff, good stuff to waffles.
Okay,
For
okay.
example, I'll tell you one thing. For Navratri, I made waffle. It was
Huh.
totally gluten free.
Okay.
It was very delicious and mopped up immediately. Just place was cleaned, and it was waffle chaat.
But
So
tell me this, do you feel like
you can
children
experiment with the
missing out
various
on
things.
traditional stuff if they don't? I mean, if everything is going to be tweaked and customized,
to to
the
their liking.
But how does it make
I
a
agree
difference?
actually. If it's totally tweaked and customized, there is nothing traditional about it being a Diwali sweet.
Yeah.
So I think the tweaking should be limited to only so that it is not compromising with
See,
the dish itself.
see,
So for example, if it's
then
a
I'll give you.
peda,
I'll,
yes,
yeah. You can
Amrita, what's your
make
yeah,
beetroot
please
ka
go ahead.
barfi.
I have a mixed bag of opinions on this. Unfortunately, what's happened is over the period of time, we've turned into a nuclear family. Earlier, क्या होता था, दादी माँ होती थी, बहुएं होती थी, बेटियां होती थी घर में, and everyone used to get together and cook. And children would get exposed to it. Today, children don't have exposure to those traditional sweets. So it's like they don't understand if they're missing something or not. And if we try and introduce it to them and cause them to eat it just the way it was, earlier it was not so much about the sweet. It was about the family getting together, making something. Because no
right, right.
family can get
Yeah,
together
right.
even today and make something which today's children like. It's the same thing. So, like, I do this lovely lollipop, which is made of walnuts, dates, and oats. All three things all children hate. But I just give it a little light dash of dark chocolate, put a little sprinklers, colorful sprinklers, and it's a winner. So if we all get together and celebrate it, and that the occasion aa rahi hai, we should get together. We do our prayers, we do everything, and then instead of laddus, we place these chocolate balls. It's okay. It's about having the value correct, rather than really, trying to say कि अच्छा पुराने ही sweets खिलाने चाहिए. Then only the child will know the significance of Diwali
I
or
agree
any
with
festival for that
I
matter.
agree with Amrita because when we grew up, I remember the desserts we only knew were like custards and jelly, and now our kids know everything about cheesecakes and really exotic things, and they want macaroons and everything. So there's no harm in doing a traditional balance. Like for Ganpati, I made chocolate shells and I made barfi cups. So I actually use the chocolate cups and I fill them with a barfi, the traditional Indian mithai. So it was a merger between the two and they looked amazing. They came from the khadi, lovely place with some barfi and some pistachios and all. So I said that they need to do a balance. If you want to do a balance, it's up to the parents to actually blend the traditional cultures and the modern cultures together. And if you're going to find balance and they are still eating it and enjoying it, there's no harm in tweaking a little bit here and there, actually.
All
I don't
right.
know.
However, I like to add here that I don't think really it's about who is wanting to eat what. It's also your own palate. Like my son, today's son, if I give him a choice between a cheesecake and a laddu, he will go for the laddu. Like he loves Indian food.
Yeah.
So I think it's also your personal palate. Children
And
prefer
I think
something.
a very good point that Amrita got out here is to involve your kids in what you're cooking. So that automatically teaches them the importance of food, that gets them excited about what they're making. So they will definitely want to go ahead and taste it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you involve them, you can get them to try traditional variants and the modern variants both.
Okay.
More than concentrating on the type of food, we should go back to what we used to do earlier as a family.
Yes.
बुलाओ दादी को बुलाओ नानी को
Yeah.
बुलाओ किचन में घुसो एक साथ बनाओ एक साथ प्रेयर करो. If we do all of that, what you're making won't be so important. What you're doing will be more important.
But tell me then, does
That's
it,
right.
when you go to a lot of, when you travel, a lot of people carry home because children are reluctant to try new flavors or try try the local food. You feel that revisit or the traditional food for new flavors, making it repeatable in some sense.
I think here the sensory organs work better. If they like what they see, if they can smell it, and if they like the aroma, I'm sure they would try anything that's given to them. So you just present it a little thoughtfully. You make sure it's fresh and it's smelling good. Make sure it looks colorful. Then I'm sure children would go ahead and try it.
Okay,
Not
one
only that,
recipe
I
that
feel,
all of y'all are excited, and I'm gonna soon share on your website, on your shows, on YouTube.
No, you can't.
Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me?
Sorry
Oh, it's
guys,
much
Yes,
just one
better
yes.
small,
with the.
guys, just one thing. I think if you are not talking, everybody needs to mute their microphone because
Yeah.
because anything that one person is speaking is getting echoed 5 times for me, so I just can't get anything. What's happening? Use headphones and mute the microphone when you're not talking.
Yeah, Rakhi, can you mute your microphone as well?
sure.
Okay, it's so much better now. Okay. One recipe that all of y'all are really excited to try in the coming season and are going to share it on your website, on your show, or on your blogs that you want to share with everybody. Who's going first? Nandita?
Okay, I'll go first. So I think one recipe, we used to make this traditional mixture in our homes when I was growing up. So that was like a complete family affair, like how Rakhi was saying. Like all 5 women will sit down on the floor, the gas stove would be on the floor, and then like hajar ingredients spread all over the kitchen floor, and like a whole factory making, because that one mixture or the chivda has like some 20 different components, so it would take a whole day to prepare the whole thing, and a huge dabba would be made and everybody would get their share to take home. So obviously living in a nuclear family and in my house everybody stays in different cities, like it's tough to bring everyone together to make something like this. So I'm going to share something called a healthy chivda, which is easily doable by one person. Brings about the essence of that traditional thing, as well as it's easy and it's relatively healthy and it's as crispy and crunchy as the fried one would be. So, it's something nice to serve our kids or guests, or to make little packets and give your friends. So that's going to be coming on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/saffron trail. So
Awesome.
also I've shared the same recipe on my blog. So that's one thing. I think it's doable, it's healthy, and it's also keeps in mind the bit of tradition. So that's my recipe for the season.
Awesome. Rakhi, what about yours?
Hi.
Any new recipe that
So,
you're going to share on the show now?
yes, definitely. In fact, my book Picky Eaters is almost out, and I'm going to do a couple of series of videos also. I believe picky eaters need a healthy balance of everything, and like as Amrita said, I feel nowadays there's so many of these organic markets, and the supermarkets are really good. These fairs and all. It's a very good idea to actually go along with them, and they experience what's available. So we can't actually isolate saying that my child doesn't like this and my child doesn't like that. Let them decide what they don't like also, and then we need to make it as a challenge. Like I said, we need to make sure the restaurant food is at home. So we are really good at this,
Rakhi, any
and
new
we can do
recipe
a
that you
great
would
job.
like to share, which you feel that you're going to
uh,
be sharing on your
try
blog, on your YouTube
Yes,
channel, or
yes,
on your show that
I
you want to
have
share
done
with
a
everybody?
I have done a very healthy chocolate cake, which is gluten free and absolutely fat free, where the fat is coming from avocado. And trust me, if your little ones eat that cake, they won't know there is any avocado in it as well. So it's a lovely hidden way of giving them a lovely chocolate cake. Apart from
Okay.
that, in Diwali, I'm doing mithai jars these times. So the jar
Okay.
concept is really crazy and they love that. So imagine if you do want them to have your favorite mithais and chickpeas, it's amazing to, stack them up with the healthier cakes. And your mithais can become your fudge. Instead of a chocolate ganache, you could use fudges made with mithais. The burfis and
Okay.
all go beautifully. They have an amazing
Rekha, what
texture.
about yours?
And you can have small pots of those.
Yeah, I've done recently. Last yesterday only, I finished my shoot for YouTube channel. Lots and lots of mithais are coming up there, and which
Okay.
I'm sure are not very common.
Okay.
So
Exciting.
you really have to watch my YouTube channel to know what these are. But I can give you an idea. These will be like waffles. There will be mithais. There will be traditional mithais with a little bit of twist, with lot of colors and everything.
Okay.
So it's easy cooking with Rekha Kakar on
Okay.
YouTube. So you can watch lots and lots of Diwali recipes. I've shot
Awesome.
almost 10. Yesterday we have finished the schedule.
Okay, awesome. Amrita, what about yours? Unmute. Amrita, unmute your mic.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I said I've been so busy lately curating this special children's brunch that I'm doing for Intercontinental Hotel at Marine Drive that I really haven't started my Diwali planning. And I, Rakhi, want your recipe. That avocado cake sounds absolutely divine and so healthy that I really want to try that. It's, I think, going to be
I
fantastic.
agree. Even I'm quite in love with everything avocado, so I love that recipe.
Yeah, but for children, first of all, avocado is so healthy and it's so tough to incorporate that in their meals. And if you can do it in a cake, I think it's a fantastic idea. Kudos to that idea of yours. So I want that. I'm going to try that. Apart from that, in this thing, which is nothing healthy at all, in this brunch that I'm doing for Intercon, I did this really cute jello pudding, which is nothing, just condensed milk and jelly cut in different shapes. And it was such a hit. It was just a tukka that I made at the last minute because I wanted to do something colorful. So I think that is going to be one of the dishes that I do on my show. And I want to recreate my mother's halwa, the traditional, halwa that you get in the gurudwaras. My son loves it. I love it. And before I can move on to anything else, I want to try and tweak it a little bit and try and serve it in these colorful cellophane papers or cut it, mold it in cute molds and serve it to children because वो जो taste है ना वो traditional halwe का taste, I think every child should experience that before they grow up and get into the cheesecakes of the world.
Awesome. Dhwani, one recipe that you recommend all kids try.
Okay, so actually there are two. One is a savory recipe and one is a sweet recipe. So
Mm-hmm.
for the sweet, I tried tweaking the halwa again, making a high protein halwa. So I
And
have
that
combined chick.
is kidsstoppress.com.
Yes, that is definitely going on Kidstock Press. So I have used chickpeas instead of the traditional atta or suji. And to sweeten it, I've used dates. So it's like a date chickpea halwa with a dash of ghee, a little bit of milk, and a touch of vanilla. So that's your traditional halwa, a little healthier. And I've also tried making a savory version of the gujia. When we were kids, we were given options. It's a sweet pea filling, it's a dry fruit filling, it's a coconut filling. So I've taken this green peas filling, used a pizza base, and made it like a gujia calzone. So it does not use maida. It's a whole wheat pizza base, and it's a gujia calzone. So that's what is coming up very soon. I
Okay.
also, I'm working on these home remedies because that's what I specialize in. Home remedies to help the kids digest food better, or if there is any stomach upset happening, there is any nausea happening. These remedies, very small things like a little bit of lemon, hing, or pudina, jeera. So these remedies make sure that they can enjoy their feast and not fall sick.
Okay, cool. Guys, one question or one request that all of y'all get uh, on your respective platforms from moms, especially. So, stuff like my son doesn't eat, how to camouflage the packaging, or can you share recipes of this a lot more, or I'm trying to lose weight, or any requests that have been most popular on your platforms, or any weird ones also. They should be fun too. Okay, Amrita, go first. Unmute.
I finally mastered the art of putting my hand first. I'm on the iPad, so I'm like constantly moving. I hope it's not disturbing everyone. Try to hold it in the right way. But I get all sorts of, I was in Amritsar and I was going to Matha Teko and this woman just caught me and she's like, mera beta nahi khata hai, kuch nahi khata hai, sabzi nahi khata hai. So I said, okay, can I just go first and then talk? But it is parents are always children eat food. And I promise you, it's not rocket science. I am a mother. I, in fact, became a chef because I turned into a mother finally, eventually, after playing mom to like some 2,000 children in my ads. And when I finally became a mother, I realized how easy it is to feed kids. It is not, children are fussy, but it's more in your head. If you decide that your child will love everything you make with love and give them a balance, they will eat everything. This is a thing that I tell all the mothers who keep asking me. And then they simultaneously start asking me how to lose weight. And I get confused with the questions. I say, tell me what you want me to deal with first. And I say the same thing to parents. You eat everything, work out, live a balanced life, and you will have a magical life. I say that all the time on my show, Mamika Magic also. And now, in fact, on my show, I have a little, mother's corner where I address problems just of mothers, which has got nothing to do with kids, because I think it's very important for mothers to pay attention to themselves also. ये नहीं कि माँ बन गए तो फिर दुनिया छूट गई, you only live for your children. You live for yourself also, you look good, you feel good, and then you get the inspiration to do great things for your children as well.
Awesome. Nandita, what about you? What do you get most on Saffron Trail?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anything right now.
I'm
But yeah,
sure
I
you must
guess,
be getting a lot of snack box ones because your snack
yeah.
box on
No,
Instagram.
I do get like lunchbox questions, and yeah, I mean, it's the same question to everybody. I suppose my kid is fussy. How do I, make them eat a balance of taste and health? And like how, the rest of you are saying, it's all about making that little bit of effort and, keeping something that your kid likes and then adding something else to that. So there's a balance of both, and you're not enforcing your kid that, hey, you have to eat what I'm telling you to eat, but one, get them involved, two, give them also something that they like, so their choice is also respected and they don't feel that just because they're a kid you're bulldozing them into accepting what you think is right. And keeping them involved, I think slowly they will get there as long as we keep persisting on giving them healthier options all the time. They will, I think all the kids realize these days what is junk, what is good, and I think we have to keep persisting that, hey, this is also good. If you're eating something junk, you have to balance it with something healthy. We can't make them obsessed about eating healthy all the time from right now, but need to maintain a balance of everything.
Yes, Amrita.
This was such a good point. I had to butt in. And sometimes, you don't even need to tell them that you're making it healthy. Like I'm doing this pizza, which is the Angry Bird pizza. And I'm making it with ragi. There is maida in it also, but there's ragi also, which children don't eat. And then you shape it in the form of Angry Bird and decorate it and just feed them. They won't even know that they're eating ragi. So your job is also done and theirs also.
Okay, I'm going to butt in now and ask all of you guys are amazing chefs, cooks, but what about people like me and I'm sure a lot of others who are time starved? Okay, we don't have the time to make it all look so good, think of substitutes, figure out what to do.
It doesn't take time. It doesn't take time, my friend. That's what Mamika Magic is all about, and that's what we are all saying. It takes the same time that it takes to make you the dal sabzi. Or even if you don't make it, you order it at home. You must just tell them what to do and they'll do it. Yes, please. I'm shutting up now.
Okay. Rakhee, what about you?
So I'm so glad that I've come up with this book on picky eaters, which is so amazing. It's like all the thoughts that all the moms have in mind, and I've just penned it down in a book. So it's everything. It's a balance of everything. Yes, being healthy or a picky eater is not about the child being very unhealthy or too fat or too thin. It's about creating the right balance. So yes, taste and appearance, as she said, is very important. Getting them involved is very important. Hiding things in cooking is amazingly important. That's where we come in. We're too smart with all these things. I think I'm going to give credit to all we moms. So it's amazing. But yeah, that's the reason what I, being at Palette Culinary Studio, I teach children from 5-year-olds to 80-year-olds. I have students who are 80-year-olds who are coming at this phase of life, like grandmoms who are coming back for their children and their grandchildren. So it's really sweet. So what I've done is I've kept 5 different sections. So yes, the healthy breakfast. There's a have only like a healthy dalia, but even an eggs Benedict. And my kids want to eat eggs Benedict. So why not make those kind of things for them, right? So we want a nice balance of things. We've got the lunchbox ideas, which are all your tiffin bowls that you want, your wraps and things to make fancy. Then we've got the dinner, what to cook, what not to cook. We've got party planning. And then I've kept the very special section, which is cooking together, which is the most important part. When we're cooking with our kids, we can actually inculcate indirectly what's good, what's not good. And when they
Awesome.
get involved and they like the fact that they've created something, they're definitely going to try it and promote that further with their friends, because the satisfaction, imagine baking something together, making that bread, making a goodie, and then
So I'm
enjoying
getting,
that
sorry,
and
Rakhi, I'm just
feeling
going
it
to
in your
interrupt
mouth.
because we're cutting short. We're really pressed on time. So I'm just summing up what you guys have all said, and Rekha, then you can add.
I would like to point out one more thing here.
Yeah.
You were talking about pressed on time, like mothers are always pressed on time. You don't know how to make things fancy, make things healthy. I think there's only one key ingredient here. In fact, if you have to make something fancy, you just need to be prepared. You plan a day in advance, or you plan 2 days in advance. You have your
That's right.
ingredients with you. If you are prepared, it takes lesser time than even a roti, dal, chawal meal to cook something fancy. Just roll up a wrap, make a coleslaw sandwich, and you're ready to go.
Okay, awesome. So we need to plan in advance. I'm going to just summarize this. Those are not speaking, mute yourselves, so we stop echoing. So I'm just going to summarize this. We're going to plan better. We're going to not fuss so much about eating healthy. We're going to try and find substitutes. And it's okay to occasionally indulge, but it's just best to plan and involve the kids, right? Rekha, anything that you'd like to add to this?
Not really, because these are the mothers of young kids.
Okay, what
My
about the older ones? If your kids are older, then that makes it even more interesting because they're not listening to you anymore, right?
I need to back
no,
you.
it's
My
not.
daughter is 18 and my son 16.
Your
My
son's
son is
16.
21.
Okay, so how do
Mine
you
is only 8.
then?
Once a picky eater, it's fine, whatever the age.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rekha, how do you balance the nutrition then?
See, it's not now. It's like I've raised them in such a way that I'll take the credit for that. Have raised them in such a way. Now they know what's healthy, what's unhealthy. So he knows how to maintain the balance of healthy and unhealthy. There are some days where he on the weekends he goes out with the friends and all. He indulges himself. Doesn't matter because rest 6 days he is eating healthy. So that kind of takes care of that.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us and making this so special. We're going to, of course, this is going to be live on YouTube. So you guys, I'm going to send you all the links. Thank you so much for joining in. And thank you everybody who watched the show. And of course, please send in your comments. We'll obviously ask all our guests to reply back to those comments.
I
It
think
was
we
a
should end
Thank you
pleasure.
this
so much.
show
Bye
like
bye.
moms, yeah? Three,
I
two,
hope
Bye.
you're
one,
going to
final,
edit
yeah?
all the
Bye-bye.
funny moments
Bye,
of us
everybody.
turning and moving. Bye
It was
bye.
Bye,
amazing
everybody.
meeting all of you.
Lovely
God
meeting
bless
all of
you.
you, even though visually.